when you go to the supermarket to buy a pineapple, I bet that you don't overthink it. I mean, they are relatively cheap, you can get them any day or year long, so it's easy. But back in the days when they were pineapples with a hyphen, the story was quite different. They tried to import them from Central America or South America, but the voyage was just too long and the fruits got rotted when they arrived back home. So many botanists tried to grow them, but they did not really succeed, at least for some time. There was a Dutch woman who came up with the idea that since orangeries wasn't hot enough, she developed a thing called hothouse. And those hothouses were heated using decomposing horse manure. And they didn't just heat the air, they heated also the soil. So she managed to grow a pineapple. She was the first one. Then these hothouses went to the UK as well and to other places. You can still see one in Scotland in Dunmore Park. The building is shaped like a pineapple. They were very expensive to grow because a pinery was expensive to build. It took years to get the fruit. And also you had to have lots of horses because these pineries use lots of manure for the heating. Their peak price was approximately £11,000 in today's money. So it's not a surprise that only very rich people could afford it. It became kind of like a hobby for the top 1%, the very rich, because basically they could show it off. So whenever they had a pineapple, everyone knew how rich they are. And of course they wanted to have pineapples because they could. They wanted to show it. Many poorer one, because of this, since it was kind of like a status symbol, they wanted to have these, but they couldn't. And many person actually realized the opportunity there, and they started to rent out pineapples by the hour. Not once, multiple times, as long as they were okay, because then they sold it for eating. The couriers who delivered these pineapples had to have guards because criminals realized the value of these fruits and they stole them. There was one guy who stole 7 pineapples and got 7 years in prison. So now, when you go to London and you walk around, you will notice on railings, you will notice them on buildings, and probably St. Paul's Cathedral is the best example that there are pineapples everywhere, and that is the reason why.